would like to hear the broadcast in Spanish, please check out the simulcast on Fox Deportes. And with that, thank you so much for joining us once again. This is UFC Fight Night. John Anik alongside Kenny Florian. What a summer it has been for the MMA leader. And, of course, the hits keep on coming tonight here in the Music City. In the main event, high stakes in the light heavyweight division. Glover Teixeira fought for a world title last year. That is precisely, though, where Ovince St. Preux believes he is headed.
Absolutely. You know, what a great main event we have here in the UFC. We have two brutal finishers. Glover Teixeira, a guy who can finish you on the feet and on the mat. A guy with a lot of experience. At one point had 20 wins in a row in his mixed martial arts career. That is unbelievable. He's taken on Ovince St. Preux, though, who really has found the recipe to stop a lot of these guys who want to try to take him down. He's an excellent counter fighter, very good as a southpaw, unorthodox, so he's hard to get that rhythm with.
What a pop from the crowd yesterday as Ovince St. Preux was introduced. These are two of the best power punchers at 205 pounds. They share the marquee here tonight in Nashville, Tennessee. All right, co-main event, high stakes as well in the lightweight division. Number 12, Beneil Dariush getting his crack at somebody in the top 5, and Michael the Menace Johnson.
Another great fight and another intriguing matchup. Two very distinct styles. Michael Johnson, a guy who likes to pressure you. He moves forward, he gets in your face, and throws a tremendous amount of volume. Always looking for the knockout is Michael Johnson. So aggressive, and we saw that on full display against one of the most elite strikers in the world, in Edson Barboza. Beneil Dariush, he's an elite submission wrestler. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Unbelievable with his ground and pound and his positioning. Tough matchup there for Michael Johnson.
So Dariush and Johnson later in our co-main event. All right, the rules of the Octagon are sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. 3 judges score the bout. The bout duration is 3 5-minute rounds. For title fights in all main events, we go 5 5-minute rounds. We employ a 10-point must-scoring system. The round winner gets 10 points. His or her opponent 9 or fewer. And scoring is based on effective striking, grappling, aggression, and octagon control. All right, with that, we are ready to go with the main card from Nashville, Tennessee. Well, it's a rarity in most combat sports to see two top prospects collide this early, but not in the UFC. Tonight, young gun Ray Borg faces undefeated newcomer Gian Herrera. The next generation of the flyweight division will be on display tonight when unbeaten newcomer Gian Herrera puts his 8-0 record on the line against rising New Mexico star Ray Borg. A highly touted prospect out of Tampa, Florida, Herrera comes to the UFC with no shortage of hype around him. Those that have seen him fight believe the attention is justified when it comes to Pulga, who stamped his ticket to the big show with 3 consecutive first-round finishes. Tonight he debuts against the established Ray Borg, whose octagon run has seen him pick up back-to-back performance of the night submission wins. Coming up next, Gian La Pulga Herrera takes on Ray the Taz Mexican Devil Borg. The tape is sponsored by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Number 14, Ray Borg, is 22 as of Tuesday. Gian Herrera is 25. Herrera 1 inch taller. We'll see if he can take advantage of what is a 3-inch edge in reach. All right, to get us the official introductions as we kick off the main card, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Nashville, Tennessee for UFC Fight Night, Teixeira versus St. Preux. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding an undefeated professional record. 8 wins, no losses. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 126 pounds. Fighting out of Tampa, Florida, Gian Pulga Herrera. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record. 8 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 127 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Ray the Mexican Devil Borg. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki in the octagon for this one. The beautiful Chrissy Blair with us for Fox Sports 1 UFC Fight Night, Teixeira versus St. Preux. Thank you all for tuning in once again. Gian Herrera in a hurry to get this UFC debut underway. He's in the black trunks in the center of the octagon. Ray Borg is in the way.
Here's Borg quick on a takedown hit. Beautiful double leg.
Similar fighting styles between Herrera and Borg. And Borg said, it's this type of fighter that will force me to showcase my stand-up skills. Of course, leaning on the takedown early.
Borg setting up that guard pass here. Has double unders. Nice guard retention there from Herrera.
The speed of Gian Herrera just jumps off the film in everything that he does.
Both men so active. Borg's got to be careful reaching there with his hands. Get himself arm locked from that position, but now really trying to trap that leg and move through half guard for his guard pass. Nice elevation there from Herrera, but Borg almost found himself there in side control. Borg is just relentless with his submission attacks. Trying to set up that guillotine there from half guard. Trying to bait Herrera into it. Let's see if he does it. Now going over the arm. Now threatening with that guard pass. See that left hook there from Herrera. Fighting to keep that leg in his guard. He goes on top, but this is probably what Borg wanted. He's attacking that neck. It's very deep. Herrera forced to go right back to his back.
Herrera undefeated coming in and able to survive the early offense from Ray Borg.
He's going for that heel hook. Borg makes him pay with a nice right hand. His hips are facing the wrong direction. That's why he's not finishing this heel hook. Borg needs to push down on that leg. Herrera still kind of has control. Might be trying to counter with an inside heel hook. He does. Threatens with it, but didn't go for it completely. Oh, just missed with that right hand.
Well, the flyweight stealing the show, as many expected to kick off the main card early.
Yeah, these guys are just non-stop. Herrera trying to sit up for a Kimura. Borg recognizing that defense and now attacking a Kimura of his own. He's going to combo off of that Kimura and guard pass. And watch that right leg come up and over. He'll threaten to go side control or mount with it. There he is. Goes back to that underhook side half guard position. Looking for that leg drag. Trying to get it. Borg with a beautiful guard pass there. Almost gets it. Herrera, excellent defense.
Yeah, nice job getting that right leg up to prevent the mount. Under 90 seconds to go in round one.
These guys are just some beautiful transitions here. There's a nice guard pass from Borg.
Well, this is how you go about neutralizing a guy like Herrera. Take his speed and his striking out of the equation. 1 minute now to go in round one.
And he's getting the work off his back, which is going to force him to expend a lot of energy. He's trying to go for an arm triangle here, but it's not on the neck. Tries to transition to the mount, and he gets it.
Approaching 4 minutes of top position time for Ray Borg.
And even if he isn't able to finish him here in the first round, this is the kind of stuff that's going to make a guy like Herrera so tired heading into those later rounds. Borg just not giving him any chance to rest here. Oh, look at this attack from Herrera, almost attacking with the triangle. And this is what groundwork really should look like in the UFC. Both guys really attacking. I love it.
11 submission wins combined for Ray Borg and Gian Herrera. Entertaining first round between these two flyweight prospects. The Fram Cam is sponsored by Fram. Oil change done right.
Have a seat. Have a seat. All right. Good job. Good job. We're going to start this like a fresh round, okay? Start all over. Let's see if they change tactics. He may come running at you. He may be hesitant. All right, let's read it a little bit. Put him back on his back and keep grinding on him. You're going to find something. Here's your water. As much as you want. Not too much of that. All right. All right. Keep up the grind.
On Saturday, September 5th, from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, it is UFC 191 in the main event. The flyweight title's on the line. Demetrius Johnson facing John Dodson in a highly anticipated rematch. Don't miss UFC 191 September 5th. It is only on pay-per-view. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. All right, round two. Welcome to the UFC, Gian Herrera. A little bit more measured in his approach here to begin round two.
Nice wheel kick there from Borg. Borg in tight on that double. He gets it. Herrera trying to attack with a Kimura. And Borg just always getting you to think out there and be defensive. It's the kind of fight he wants here against Herrera.
Certainly a tough draw in the debut for Herrera. Ray Borg, a guy who many believe could challenge for the flyweight title potentially as early as 2016.
He's always threatening with something. He just had the arm threatening with a Kimura. Wrapped up the head now, attacking with that guillotine. Has one hand on it now. And Herrera really needs to respect that grip, even though it's just one hand right now. Look at this. Now trying to move into mount. And he can finish it from here. Very tight now. Herrera might be in trouble. Very tight. Herrera ready to spit out that mouthpiece. He may slip out. He does. Nice defense. Man. Excellent defense there from Herrera.
And the defense and the will to stay in the fight from Gian Herrera.
Stayed very calm. A lot of times guys will panic and try to sit up. It only makes it tighter. It's hard to win these fights, John, when you're constantly defending, and that's what Borg is making Herrera do. Defend.
And at least visually, Herrera doesn't appear to be all that fatigued, but he has certainly been rendered defensive for the first 7 minutes of this one, courtesy of Ray Borg. And again, doing a nice job defensively is Herrera to prevent Borg from getting a more dominant position.
Herrera's got to start to elevate. He can't just sit there with that hook. He's got to elevate. But look at this, Borg attacking that head again.
Stay on top, Ray. Stay on top.
This is where Herrera needs to break away with his head, like he did right there. He's getting too tight, and that's what's allowing Borg to wrap up that head. Again, trying to go for that triangle. Borg just a step ahead.
There you go.
Borg attacking with that arm triangle. Can't quite finish it from there, but if he can get side control and slide across to the far side. Herrera, excellent defense there.
Get off your knees, Ray. Off your knees. Zip out of that. Off your knees. There you go.
Tom Vaughn there with Ray's brother,
Got about
Jonathan.
a minute and a half, Ray. Keep grinding, baby.
Borg coming into this one on the strength of back-to-back performance of the night, bonus-winning performances against Chris Kalidas and Shane Howell. Fought Dustin Ortiz to a split decision in his UFC debut last April.
Stay out of that guard. Stay out of that guard.
Well, the storyline in this one, top position for Ray Borg, nearly 8 minutes.
There you go.
There's just not a whole lot of guys at flyweight who can deal with the kind of pressure that Ray Borg is putting on Herrera right now. Herrera showing excellent defense so far, still getting out position, don't get me wrong, but he's done a great job of fighting out of a lot of submissions. And look at this, he's in one right now. Kind of reverse head and arm here, now attacking with the darce. Now into mount goes Borg. Nice defense from Herrera.
Yeah. When you watch Ray Borg compete, it's hard to imagine there are 13 flyweights in the world ranked ahead of this guy.
So fun to watch.
Just a smothering, suffocating night at the office for Gian Herrera in his UFC debut.
Well, Borg's got to be careful. His head position was very low. That's why he almost got caught in that triangle. You heard Tom Vaughn telling him to get off of his knees, so that gives him that forward pressure and improves his posture. That's what he's going back to now.
So likely 2 rounds in the books for Ray Borg.
Do you believe in evil?
Yes.
There are references to the ghoul across all cultures. He fed off of the corruption of innocence with some form of offering. Image, literature, music.
3 chicken tenders, taters, and gravy. I throw in a biscuit and a big old cookie. My $5, Philip, will fill you up. Guaranteed. Isn't that right, Philip? It's still finger I can get.
All right, third and final round. Gian Herrera, Kenny, barely breathing heavy, despite being really tested by Ray Borg. Just impressed with the shape he came into this UFC debut.
Obviously in tremendous shape and trying to be as efficient as possible in dealing with a guy who's just non-stop like Ray Borg. Testament to his conditioning and his technique.
Just unable to stop the takedown, and Ray Borg getting right back to work.
Oh, nice short elbow there from Herrera. That may have cut
It did.
Borg big time. That's all it takes, is a short elbow, and Borg is bleeding pretty heavily.
Yeah, and it looks like the location is not ideal either. Just to the right of that left eye.
And one thing I found, oh, it's pouring out of his head there. Wow. Like a faucet. But one thing I've found from being in the same position when I have cut guys who are on top of me is it's almost worse for the guy on bottom because the blood is going all in your face. You can't see, and man, is that blood pouring out.
I think you tasted Sean Sherk's blood for about 3 weeks.
Not cool, man, I'm telling you.
All right, Mario Yamasaki intervening here. They're going to take a look at the cut on Ray Borg. So a little window of opportunity here for Gian Herrera.
Good. So it's right on the eyebrow. There it is, just that short elbow.
Left guard, come on.
I don't think that was it. It might have been before that. Yeah, it was. It's that left elbow.
Left guard, come on. Ready? Go!
Looks like it just grazed him, but that's all it takes. Oh, look at this, Borg attacking with that guillotine again. Herrera's got to be very careful here.
Kenny, how does the blood play in when you're going for a submission?
Well, it gets very slippery. And if we want to have this conversation, when it dries, it gets sticky, but when it's pouring out like that, it's very difficult because it's very slippery out there. Trying to get a hold like an arm or a neck makes it very difficult. And Borg has to stay composed here. Herrera's still dangerous. Herrera looking for an arm, looking for a triangle.
Again, the control time continues to pile up for Ray Borg. Just over 3 minutes now to go in the fight.
And that's been the story of the fight, John. You look at that top control for Borg. You start to see Herrera blinking there, and that's what I'm talking about, the blood going into his eyes more than it is on Borg's. And if I can make a recommendation, make sure you get inside the ears, because I found a little bit of blood the next day from Sean Sherk, so FYI.
It is amazing. We talk so much about the pace and pressure of these flyweights. Ray Borg just has not stopped since the opening bell, and you know, I would argue neither has Gian Herrera. It's all been defense, but pretty strong in that department.
And that's what's so fun about watching these lighter weight fighters here. Borg trying to pass the half guard with the back step. Oh, nice sweep here from Herrera as he tries to mount Borg. Oh, look at this. Herrera almost gets mount. Oh, now going for a guillotine, but Borg with the counter.
Gotta wonder a little bit about that decision by Herrera.
Yeah, he went for it now, trying to attack that Sengaku Jime there, that reverse triangle. Borg is out of it. Now going right back into it. Borg counters again, but how about these transitions, John? Both men just showing beautiful grappling here. I think Borg complaining that he's getting kneed in the face here to Mario Yamasaki.
Great showcase, though, for the flyweight division here tonight.
Yeah, Borg very frustrated, saying he's getting kneed in the face. Got to keep his composure, though, because Herrera's still dangerous off his back.
Under a minute now to go in the fight. This is where the majority of it has taken place.
Borg going for that guillotine again. Trying to bait him to come forward. Herrera's got to get out of it here at this point. Not a real submission here, but superior position for Borg. Now attacking with it. Herrera again going back to his back to avoid that guillotine.
So Ray Borg 3 for 3 on takedowns, 1 in each round, very early in each round. And has done a whole lot with it as well. Unofficially just 2 submission attempts, but he's been getting after it for much of this 15-minute fight.
Absolutely, now moving into mount, now taking the back. This is not where you want to be against Borg. Not a whole lot of time, though.
So what a performance by Ray Borg. As he welcomes Gian Herrera to the UFC, Herrera can just shake his head as they go the distance. The move of the fight is sponsored by Metro PCS, where you can get unlimited data, talk, and text on the nationwide T-Mobile network for just $30 period.
Well, pretty simple. It's the takedown skills and the jiu-jitsu skills of Ray Borg that got it done tonight. Excellent grounded pound, superior positioning, and just non-stop attacks from Borg, which really kept Herrera defending the whole time, and he showed excellent defense, but again, you can't win a fight if you're defending the whole time.
All right, what do you think will be the best move of the night? Tweet and let us know at hashtag MetroMove, and tune into Fox Sports Live immediately following the main event for the winning move. So all Ray Borg, how about that, Ken? Almost the entirety of all 3 rounds he spent in top position as he likely spoils the UFC debut of Gian Herrera. So as they work on the cut of Ray Borg, we will step aside when we come back for the official decision. Good to have you with us for Fox Sports 1 UFC Fight. Sunday, August 23rd, 2 of the UFC's rising stars face off as elite featherweight destroyer Max Holloway takes on dangerous double threat Charles Oliveira. Also a welterweight showdown between Rick Story and Eric Silva. Catch UFC Fight Night Sunday, August 23rd, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. All right, here's Bruce Buffer. He has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Ray "Taz Mexican Devil" Borg.
How good was that, Ray Borg? Congratulations. You dominate a previously unbeaten fighter from bell to bell. Overall assessment of your performance here tonight.
First off, I want to say Dana White, Lorenzo, and Sean Shelby, I'm not the kind of guy to have weight issues. That's not me. Yesterday I made a few mistakes, but mistakes are okay as long as you can fix them. So my apologies for missing weight.
How did this fight go down relative to your expectations coming in? I know you thought maybe style-wise this might force you to showcase your stand-up skills, but the takedown was there early in all 3 rounds, and he couldn't get up.
Sometimes my ego gets the best of me. The second round I felt comfortable, felt like I could strike with them, but everybody on the internet kept saying, oh, Ray's going to have a tough time because of the same style matchups, and I wanted to prove them wrong, that I can handle anybody, any style. Fortunately, I got banged up more than I have in my fights, but that comes with the sign-up.
Well, I said on the broadcast, it's hard to believe there are 13 flyweights ranked above you right now. Any idea who you'd like to see next year at 125 pounds?
There's one thing I'd like to say. Demetrius Johnson, I'm not calling you out, and you may not know who I am, but I've overcome a lot of obstacles in my life, and I am willing to overcome many more, fight whoever they want me to, and beat whoever they want me to. I don't care if it takes me 3 fights, 8 fights, whether I lose one in the process, I'm coming for that belt, and there's nothing that's going to stop me. I can promise that.
And just 22 years old as of Tuesday, by the way, a belated happy birthday to you. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Taz Mexican Devil, Ray Borg.
Ray Borg, only 22 years old, and what potential he is showing here in the UFC. Showing to be one of the elite grapplers here in the UFC, certainly at 125 pounds, and he can pose some problems for the champ.
As you like to say, that man's a problem. Ray Borg getting it done once again. Speaking of getting it done, bantamweight contender Rafael Assunção is on the mend. But you got to think he will find his way into a title shot sooner rather than later. All right, coming up next, a bantamweight fight a lot of people have their eyes on as Olympic freestyle wrestling silver medalist Sarah McMahon takes on a true finisher in Brazilian contender Amanda Nunes. That fight is straight ahead and later.
I'm hungry. I want to do with the little times I have the best I can do it.
Everybody was talking about Glover being well-rounded, the most well-rounded fighter that I fought. I think he is the most well-rounded fighter that I fought.
My whole life is this right now, and I'm ready to go to the octagon and bring the gold.
Glover got to understand he hasn't fought a fighter with my ability and my knockout power.
An elite featherweight destroyer takes on a dangerous double threat.
He can beat you with stand-up. He can beat you on the ground.
Two of the UFC's hottest rising stars face off.
What a spectacular performance by this young man.
Plus, welterweight showdown.
Welcome back to the home of the Predators. We are in Nashville, Tennessee, as we continue live with Fox Sports 1 UFC Fight Night, Teixeira versus St. Cruz, sponsored by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. All right, back inside the arena now as we get ready for our next fight. Kenny, let's take a look at the top 10 135-pound fighters in the world. And as no doubt all of you know by now, they are all still chasing one Ronda Rousey.
Well, that's why I'm excited for this fight. You got the number 7 taking on the number 4, Sarah McMahon. McMahon, of course, has already fought Ronda Rousey. She is a silver medalist in the Olympics, and she's trying to get back and have that rematch against Rousey. And Amanda Nunes, I tell you what, she's good everywhere, John. She's exciting to watch, and she's dangerous.
Well, in all likelihood, Miesha Tate will get the next crack at Ronda Rousey, but tonight's winner, certainly to your point, will have put herself in prime position. Well, Brazil's Amanda Nunes is a ground-and-pound finisher of the highest order, but if this fight hits the mat, she will have to deal with the grappling skills of the decorated Sarah McMahon. Top 10 bantamweight Sarah McMahon and Amanda Nunes are prepared to face off, with McMahon hoping to earn another crack at the belt, and Brazil's Nunes in search of her first shot at championship gold. And a win tonight could propel her near the top of the list. An Olympic silver medalist in freestyle wrestling, former world title challenger McMahon will look to improve her standing against one of the division's top finishers in Nunes, a hard-charging battler who comes in with momentum, having won 3 of her last 4. Coming up next, Amanda the Lioness Nunes meets Sarah McMahon.
Next Sunday, they captivated the nation in one of the biggest events of the summer. Now the U.S. women's national team is back. Don't miss Megan Rapinoe and Carly Lloyd as they beat the U.S. against Costa Rica. Next Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on Fox Sports 1.
Summer bucket list number 15. Get some color. The crisp, refreshing taste of Bud Light. The perfect beer for checking off your summer bucket list.
Colonel Sanders here. Ask any lifeguard, and she's going to tell you the best part of summertime is my $5 fill-up with finger-licking good sauce. Dip your chicken in it, wait an hour, dip yourself in poo. It's finger-licking good.
The path to becoming a Tai Chi warrior is paved with challenges. You must be fast. You must be strong. You must hone your skills. Now we're ready. Tai Chi Panda. Play for free now and slash your way to glory.
The undisputed champion, Demetrius Johnson. The number 1 contender, John Dodson. The speed.
All right, the bantamweights have now entered the octagon. Here's the Bud Light tale of the tape. The 34-year-old American Sarah McMahon opposite the 27-year-old Brazilian Amanda Nunes. Nunes 2 inches taller, both women. Made weight at 136 pounds, Nunes has a 3-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the official introductions. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a striker holding professional record 10 wins, 4 losses. She stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Bahia, Brazil, presenting the number 7 bantamweight fighter in the world, Amanda the Lioness Nunes. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a wrestler holding a professional record, 8 wins, 2 losses. She stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds. Fighting out of Gaffney, South Carolina, presenting the number 4 bantamweight fighter in the world, Sarah McMahon. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, John McCarthy.
John McCarthy, our referee for this one. The beautiful Vanessa Hansen is with us. Thank you, Vanessa. Ready to go here. Sarah McMahon and Amanda Nunes. Huge fight here in the bantamweight division. McMahon is in the black. Amanda Nunes is in the white. Nice combination by Nunes early.
Beautiful footwork there from Nunes, finding those angles. McMahon looking to try to get into that clinch or look for that double leg. That's where McMahon needs to be careful. That chin is starting to rise up. Oh, heavy leg kick there from Nunes. McMahon in on the clinch, though.
Pretty good early sign for Nunes.
McMahon was so close to that body lock takedown. Nice separation there from Nunes. Finds herself off balance.
Well, she wrestles every day with men, the likes of Mike Brown and others at American Top Team. Roger Crawl firmly in her corner tonight.
Excellent footwork. You see, you're just kind of making those tiny circles away from McMahon, not just going straight backwards, where McMahon can pressure up against the cage. Nunes looks very sharp right now. Oh! Went for that wheel kick. McMahon is able to counter and trying to take the back here. Very risky move to do against a wrestler like McMahon. Shows how confident Nunes is here. Landing some strikes off the break as well.
Nunes moved to the United States to pursue this dream and train full-time. She's got a 2-to-1 underdog tonight against Sarah McMahon. And, you know, if Nunes is going to get to that next level, as she lands a combination there, she's going to have to be able to take out the elite grapplers like Sarah McMahon. So, really the perfect challenge at the perfect time for Amanda Nunes.
Nunes looks ferocious on the feet, John. I mean, this is the next level. Look at those shots. McMahon is hurt. Big right hand from Nunes. Oh, now Nunes with one hook. Trying to get this back mount here. Now in half guard, big elbows from Nunes. Full back mount for Nunes now.
Nunes pulling it on, plenty of time here. As the Brazilian looks for another first round stoppage win.
Nunes now trying to crush the jaw of McMahon here. Doesn't have it under the chin just yet.
There's the tap.
Oh, there it is.
Amanda Nunes has done it. A huge win for the Brazilian tonight in Nashville, man.
Dominant performance there from Nunes.
A popular underdog pick coming in, and she is trying to jump over the table to get to Dan Lambert. And of course, there's the UFC welterweight champion, Robbie Lawler. A banner year for ATT continues. Amanda Nunes.
You know, John, we were talking about it earlier in the week. This is why I say she might be that next one to give some problems to Ronda Rousey. Looks so sharp on the feet. I mean, such power in her shots. Excellent footwork, movement.
All right, the Move the Fight is sponsored by Metro PCS, where you can get unlimited data, talk, and text on the nationwide T-Mobile network for just $30, period.
Clean and crisp striking. And look at that right hand. I mean, just crushed Sarah McMahon there. Poured it on. Got both hooks in there. Was relentless with those strikes, trying to open up that neck of Sarah McMahon. Eventually, she got it. Crushed the jaw until she was able to get underneath the chin for that rear naked choke.
So a new contender emerges tonight. Her name is Amanda Nunes. What do you think will be the best move of the night? Tweet, let us know at #MetroMove and tune into Fox Sports Live immediately following the main event for the winning move. What a moment for American Top Team and Amanda Nunes tonight here in Nashville, Tennessee. We will talk to her and get to the official decision right after this. Good to have you with us, Fox Sports 1. So once it is official with that finish, Amanda Nunes trails Ronda Rousey by just 2 in the history of the division as she takes care of Sarah McMahon here tonight. All right, now Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 53 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, Amanda the Lioness Nunes. All right, Nashville, I am here with Amanda Nunes. Congratulations on the victory here tonight, the biggest of your career. You rose to the occasion tonight. How are you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm so happy. You know, I'm my 3rd time here in Nashville. I had a good luck here. You know, I'm so happy tonight. Dallas, Sarah Su. Hold on. I'm so emotional right now. She's tough, though. She's tough, but I trained hard in ATT, America top team, the best team in the world. Mike Brown, he like beat me up in my whole training camp. He like the best wrestling, coaching. I always say thank you for him, for Roger, Nina, Mikey Rodriguez, Everton, everybody helping me in the gym. I want to say thank you.
We're going to take a quick look at the end of the fight. You really stunned her on the feet, and then you were able to get her to tap there on the ground. Overall assessment of how things went there down the stretch.
Yeah, you know, everybody think I'm weak on the ground, but it's my background is jiu-jitsu and judo. I trained my whole life, but in some fights I can't put in my game plan because sometimes not the way I want. But it's my background is jiu-jitsu and judo. I'm grappling. I learn strike very fast, but I'm coming for grappling.
Well, we know you can do it all. You have put yourself in position for a huge fight next. Any idea who you'd like to share this octagon with?
Oh, man, I'll be ready, you know. I'm in the line, you know. Let's do it. Let's see. You know, the champion have a fight coming up. Maybe, you know, maybe I'm next, you know. I'm ready.
Certainly stated your case here tonight. Go enjoy it.
I'm going to speak in Portuguese because my family watching now in Brazil. Canal Combate, espero que você esteja transmitindo agora, porque na minha última luta vocês cortaram minha entrevista. Eu tenho minha mãe, tenho minha família no Brasil. Todo mundo precisa me escutar. Mãe, I love you. Mãe, te amo. Minha família toda. Tô voltando aí no Brasil para dar um abraço, comemorar essa vitória com vocês. Valeu.
Can you give me that in English real quick?
You know, this is the channel in Brazil. My last fight, quarter, my interview. Now, I talk to the channel in Brazil, please. Show my interview, Canal Combate, because my family is Brazilian. Everybody want to hear. They want to talk. Mãe, I love you, family. I'm coming back to hug you guys.
You have earned every second of it. A star is born tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lioness, Amanda Nunes.
Amanda Nunes continues her streak of getting all of her wins by knockout or submission. What a show here from Nunes, and it all started with that right hand. Just doesn't get much cleaner than that. Just beautiful footwork from the outset, and that right hand was just brutal. McMahon was forced to go to the mat there, and it just got worse for McMahon, unfortunately. Amanda Nunes got both hooks in and got that submission win, the rear naked choke.
And you are going to Reebok.com right after the fight to buy her UFC fight kit. And there he is, the UFC welterweight champion, Ruthless Robbie Lawler. In the building tonight, he certainly enjoyed the victory there from his teammate, Amanda Nunes. All right, straight ahead, we will make way for the heavyweights. Jake Rochelle has streaked to 4 wins in 5 UFC starts, but Tim Johnson has won 8 in a row, so something has got to give when they meet in the middle of the octagon here in just a few minutes. Plus, we will look ahead to UFC 191 on September 5th. Demetrius Johnson has ruled the flyweight division since its inception, 6 straight title defenses. But, of course, the man to give him his correct division. Here's a look at the current top 5. Of course, Demetrius Johnson remains the hunted. Now, he's yet to face 2CA Formiga, but he has beaten everyone else that you see there. And on September 5th, in one of the most anticipated fights of the year, DJ and the #1 contender, John Dodson, finally run it back.
This is Fox UFC Saturday Live from the United Center. We have a title on the line again tonight.
Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson versus John Dodson is a rematch of one of the most competitive championship fights that Mighty Mouse has been in as the UFC's flyweight king.
What a powerful takedown.
DJ was just a little more technical, a little better defensively. But that experience has been invaluable for Dodson. Invaluable in his training and invaluable in his preparation to face Mighty Mouse again. John Dodson, he has absolute stunning knockout power and speed. He's probably the fastest guy in a division of the fastest people in the UFC. The only guy who's as fast as him or close is Mighty Mouse. He, in my opinion, is the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet Earth. I see a man who's doing everything correctly. His footwork, he always moves after shots. His submissions are excellent, and he finishes fights. This is the most competitive championship rematch in the history of the flyweight division. It's an epic fight for the flyweight title.
So it has been all systems go for one of the sport's true pound-for-pound greats, Demetrius Johnson. Last 5 fights, all of them title defenses, all of them successful.
Yeah, this guy really is about MMA magic when he goes out there to compete. I mean, he does it all. When you talk about his footwork, his ability to move, he switches stances. He maybe has the best clinch game in the UFC, and he's got knockout power. He can submit you. There's just so many different ways that he can beat you. And then you talk about his athleticism, his speed. I mean, he's a problem.
He is most definitely a problem. But the guy who gave him the biggest problem is John Dodson, who will be in the blue corner on the 5th of September to see his 6 knockdowns there, Kenny. Second most in the UFC flyweight division. This man has power for days at 125 pounds.
There's no doubt about it. Has crazy knockout power. And if there's one guy who can match the athleticism of Demetrious Johnson, it's that man right there, John Dodson. I mean, this guy could dunk a basketball. That's how athletic this guy is. He's like 5'3". That's insane to me. But, you know, you were talking about his knockdowns earlier. One of those knockdowns was against Demetrious Johnson, right? So he's got the knockout power. He's got the speed. He said he didn't come in the best condition against Demetrious Johnson the first time out. He said he has fixed those problems, and he wants this fight badly against Johnson.
Yeah, the first meeting, the clinch gave Dodson some trouble. You got to think he has shored that up. Demetrious Johnson has set the standard for flyweight greatness. The man everybody wants to see him fight is John Dodson. So, Johnson-Dodson 2 is your headliner. UFC 191, September 5th. From the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. You can watch it on pay-per-view, or better yet, come see it live. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. All right, with the top dogs in the division vying for supremacy, the second half of 2015 offers up an opportunity for hopefuls Tim Johnson and Jared Rosholt to make their move. Following an impressive first-round TKO of Shamil Abdurakhimov in his UFC debut in April, North Dakota's Tim Johnson returns to the octagon tonight to take on fellow heavyweight prospect Jared Rosholt. Winner of 8 straight, Johnson made quite the impression in Fairfax, Virginia, using a devastating ground-and-pound attack to finish off his first octagon bout in style. As for Rosholt, he's coming off a knockout win as well, finishing off Josh Copeland in the 3rd round of their bout in March to pick up his 4th UFC victory. And Rosholt is hungry for more. Coming up next, the heavyweights, Tim Johnson faces Jared, the Big Show Rosholt.
Number bucket list number 42.
UFC 191, live from Las Vegas. Saturday, September 5th, only on pay-per-view.
All right, our tail to take is sponsored by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Jared Rosholt turned 29 on Tuesday. Tim Johnson is 30. Johnson is 1 inch taller. You see the massive discrepancy in weight. Tim Johnson will have a 2-inch reach advantage. All right, now to get us started, the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a brawler, holding a professional record, 9 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 265 pounds. Fighting out of Fargo, North Dakota, Tim Johnson. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a wrestler, holding professional record, 12 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 237 pounds. Fighting out of Arlington, Texas, Jared, the Big Show Rosholt. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb G.
Chrissy Blair getting us going. Thank you very much, Chris. She loves raising that roof, dude. Loves it. All right, we're ready to go. 3 rounds if needed in the UFC heavyweight division. Jared Rosholt is in the black trunks. Tim Johnson out of the southpaw stance is in the white. Tim Johnson, a D2 All-American wrestler at Minnesota State, said he watched Jared Rosholt a ton at Oklahoma State. Of course, as a Minnesota fan, he didn't cheer for him a whole lot, but said Rosholt's accolades certainly speak for themselves, and they do. 2010 NCAA runner-up, 4-time NCAA Division I qualifier, 3-time All-American, and the winningest heavyweight at Oklahoma State.
Well, Johnson had to know that he was going to be here at some point here during this fight. If you watch Rosholt's fights, he likes to get those takedowns up against the cage. And Johnson's going to have to utilize those wrestling skills defensively here to stop these takedowns. He's got to fight for those underhooks and try to break away.
Johnson able to muscle Rosholt up against the fence. Johnson uses the fence pretty well. Mauls opponents with hooks and knees, mixes in the occasional uppercut.
Well, a lot of times when we see these wrestlers go at it, a lot of times the wrestling skills kind of cancel each other out. We see these stand-up battles. See if that's the case here tonight. But Johnson, good head position there, but oh, almost took the cage out in front of us here.
First time I can remember the broadcast table moving backwards.
Breathe, Jared.
Johnson trains out of Fargo, North Dakota.
Rosholt trying to attack with that front headlock here. Possible guillotine attempt as well.
Johnson did bring in some wrestlers from surrounding colleges for this training camp, but overall has kept the same approach that has led to 8 consecutive wins.
Johnson trying to loosen that grip by going to the body there. Rochelle lets that go.
Just one of Rochelle's 12 career wins have come by submission.
Johnson's got to be careful with his head inside there. Rochelle can turn him. Actually get a neck crank submission from there. Was able to put him on his back. Rope separates.
Under 2 minutes to go in round 1. Nice counter right, hits home for Johnson.
Nice level change and takedown there from Rochelle. Oh, goes right in the mount. Not good for Tim Johnson.
A third of Johnson's wins have come by submission. Not really wants to be here, Kenny.
Yeah, and he can get a Von Flue choke here. A lot of pressure because that right arm of Johnson is trapped and putting a lot of pressure there on the neck. There now he's onto the proper side. And now Johnson able to let go. Luckily he's able to get that arm out and trapped. That actually was putting a lot of pressure on his own neck. Rochelle has side control, going to try to look to get him out again. Now look at this. Oh, Johnson almost went for a choke there from side control.
Rochelle just missing on that elbow. You see his corner calling for him to make Johnson feel his weight. Now he's got that left arm trap.
Rochelle just really chipping away. I know they've been looking for him to be much more aggressive in this position, but nothing here in the first.
The Fram Cam is sponsored by Fram Oil Change Done Right.
Real deep. Lean back if you can, Jared.
Start breathing.
Oh, sorry. Oh, shit.
Hey, your striking looks good. You just keep yourself close. You gotta keep your feet. I'd rather go 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2. Slows are around.
You want it. You need another takedown. He ain't shit there.
You can take him down.
The reactive is going to be there. Hey, that reactive where you spin, that's exactly what we planned on doing. Hit that shit again, and then when you get on top, put that knee on his back, fucking whip some hard hammer fist, and then get control, then re-up and do it again.
No cage control for him. No cage control.
Fox Sports 1 UFC Fight Night is sponsored by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Second round, Tim Johnson and Jared Rochelle.
Okay, let's fight.
Rochelle in the black, Tim Johnson in the white.
Nice little leaping jab there from Johnson. He's got to make sure he doesn't get too upright. He allowed Rochelle to really change levels as he moves forward. That's what got him the takedown. Nice right hands from Johnson.
Good return combination by Rochelle.
They landed a nice little uppercut on the inside.
But perhaps the most significant strike on either side was landed by Johnson just a few moments ago.
Rochelle now in on a single. Nice break from Johnson. Nice punch off the break as well. See, this is where he needs to disengage from this position.
Yeah.
Just separate and try to win the battle from the outside. He does not want to wrestle on the inside with Rochelle.
And I think it's hard when you've had so much success in these quarters in the clinch to instinctively break away, but strategically, you're right. Under 3.5 now to go in round 2. Oh, nice shot on the inside by Rochelle. Physically, though, Johnson holding up pretty well. Rochelle loads up but misses.
Yeah, he telegraphed it. That's what allowed Johnson to change levels there and get a body lock. But again, I'm really surprised that he's engaging with Rochelle in the clinch.
Pretty good uppercut by Johnson after Rochelle appeared to land the elbow. Total strikes dead even, 35 apiece, as we now hit the midpoint of this fight.
Johnson dealing with a cut above his left eye there. Look at this body lock attempt here from Johnson, and he gets it. Great job from Johnson here. A little too far forward. He's going to lose position. Oh. He does, got a little sloppy there. Got too aggressive and lost position. Anytime your head is down and hips are up in that position, you fall forward, and Rochelle taking full advantage of this.
And he's here in the half guard with plenty of time to work. Oh, big elbow lands flush for Rochelle. Keeps going back to the well with those elbows tonight. Rochelle has worked very hard on his cardio. Appear to be in great shape at the weigh-in here on Friday.
Johnson trying to go for that arm lock, but there's nothing there, no leverage, doesn't have position. And Rochelle trying to pass through that half guard there. Has that left arm of Tim Johnson trapped. Now maybe trying to go for a shoulder lock of his own there on that far side, trying to get the paintbrush, and Tim Johnson might be in trouble here. Now that is uncomfortable, but he's not keeping the hand completely pinned on the mat. He needs to pull that elbow in towards the torso of Timothy Johnson to get more crank on the shoulder. He lets it go.
Looked like maybe Tim Johnson was getting his left hand ready to tap, but is able to fight it off as he tries to survive and advance to a third and final round. Johnson maybe looking for Herb Dean to stand up the fight. Not going to happen here.
This is my world. So is this. And I have so much to share. So I need fast. I need great coverage. That's why I am Metro.
Try living off the straight and narrow.
All right, 5 minutes left to decide this one. Tim Johnson and Jared the Big Show Rochelle.
All right, let's fight. Johnson has some serious work to do here in this third round. He needs to finish here against Rochelle.
And Mark Lehman, Rochelle's chief corner, expected Johnson to come out firing. Got to be efficient with these strikes here, because as we've seen, once Rochelle gets his back to the canvas, he has not been able to get back up.
Needs to work. Well, Johnson's going for it. You got to like the sense of urgency here in the third round from him. Just has to break away. I think, as you mentioned earlier, his instincts are kind of taking over. He's not realizing he's wrestling with or clinching with a superior wrestler here in Rochelle.
Right.
And going for that headlock up against the cage is one thing that really irks me, because it allows a good wrestler like a Rochelle to hit the takedown. Right. Going for that guillotine, it's tough. And you see him hit the takedown right there. And it annoys me because it's something I used to do when I was fighting. You have to fight for those underhooks.
Drive into him, Jared. Stay on your toes. Hey, that's good. Get ready to rip into his body when you feel it. Hey, he's burning a lot of energy on that guillotine, Jared. One more time, move him off the cage.
Rochelle trying to advance there into mount. Johnson trying to attack with a Kimura, but very difficult from that position and up against the cage. Rochelle's going to be able to pull out of it. He does. Johnson doing a good job getting back to his feet.
Let's work. Let's work. I'll pull you off. You need to work.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the fight.
Let's work.
Might have Herb Dean come in and give a separation here. Jared Rochelle staying just active enough. And there the separation comes. So potential window of opportunity here now for Tim Johnson. As we go back to the center of the octagon, 2.5 minutes to go.
He's got to keep that right foot on the outside of the left foot of Rochelle. Look for that left hand. He can't leap in like that. He's going to telegraph it. He's got to stay disciplined. He's going for it. He's looking for that knee. And Rochelle really starting to tire here. Yep. He's fatigued. If Johnson has the conditioning, he might be able to take him out here and go for it. Nice shot there from Johnson. Had Rochelle turning away.
Yeah, followed up with another short left. Johnson just would be wise to avoid extended tie-ups here. Ken Flo's frustrated.
Yeah, not understanding why he's trying to clinch with a great wrestler like Rochelle.
Rochal trying to make it 9 wins in his last 10.
And obviously, it's easier said than done being out here, but you got to give yourself a better chance to win in this fight. You got to give yourself the best chances to win in a fight, sorry. And Johnson's just not going to get it done here from the clinch.
And Johnson seemingly the more powerful striker.
Right, that's why he's got to trade on the outside with someone like Rochal. And he goes right back to the clinch.
Right, even right now, could try to push off and get some separation.
He needs to finish, so, you know, if he hits the takedown, I'm not sure he's going to have enough time to look for a submission against someone like Rochal. Got to look for those big shots. I mean, this is a guy with a lot of power. At the same time, he's fatigued here in this third round. There it is. There's a big shot from Johnson. Oh, big shot from Johnson. Rochal is hurt. 15 seconds left.
Big takedown for Tim Johnson. But again, not what you're looking for. As Rochal stunned on the feet.
This is going to allow Rochal to get his wits back here. Oh. Great round from Johnson, though. Wow.
The move of the fight is sponsored by Metro PCS, where you can get unlimited data, talk, and text on the nationwide T-Mobile network for just $30 period.
Well, Rochal hit a beautiful level change and finished this takedown beautifully in the first round. Really was winning the wrestling battles here against Tim Johnson. Here's Tim Johnson going for that guillotine or front headlock, and that only allowed Rochal to get the takedown here. Johnson showed great courage and determination in the third round, just too little too late, and then you got to love his heart, but his decision-making, John, was a little off here tonight.
Yeah. Certainly takes to the chin of Jared Rochal. What do you think will be the best move of the night? Tweet, let us know at #MetLife, the perfect beer for whatever happens. All right, back inside the arena now. We go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored the contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Jared the Big Show Rochal.
So indeed a case of too little too late for Tim Johnson. Jared Rochal makes it 9 of his last 10. He has won 5 of 6 inside the octagon, and perhaps will find his way into the rankings at UFC.com when they are updated next week. Big win for Jared Rochal here tonight in Nashville. A lot of Tennessee stars in the building tonight. There's Jared Followell of Kings of Leon fame with an octagon side seat here tonight for UFC Fight Night. All right, coming up next, Derek Brunson has vaulted to number 15 in the world, but smiling Sam Alvey is gaining some serious steam. We'll see if Alvey can keep his knockout streak going as underdog straight ahead. And later in our main event, OSP's time to make the title run is now.
I'm still extremely hungry. You know, I tell people with every fight I'm getting better. You can take me down. It's just the fact that I'm going to work my way back up. You know, with every fight I'm getting better and better. There's no reason at the end of the day why I shouldn't get my hand raised, because I feel like I got everything working, you know, for me. And, you know, Glover got a lot of things working against him. So my job is to go in there, finish the fight, and get my hand raised at the end.
The path to becoming a Tai Chi warrior is paved with challenges. You must be fast. You must be strong. You must hone your skills. Now we're ready. Tai Chi Panda. Play for free now and slash your way to glory. I'm Ronda Rousey. I am a fighter. I am an author. I am everywhere. And thanks to Metro PCS, I can stay connected. I am that kid who knew she'd do all of this. I am fast. Scary fast. And I am your dream. Or your nightmare. Depends on the corner you're in.
Be fast like Rhonda with Metro PCS. Fast 4G LTE on the nationwide network for $30, period.
I am Metro.
Gotta go. Restore your car. Restore your pride. Armor All Outlast Trim and Plastic Restore. Part of the Armor All Outlast family of products.
On some dating apps, people want to get you to bed.
Why don't we just get it to go?
On other apps, they're in a rush to get wed.
Ta-da!
But Match is the app for those who want this instead.
So maybe dinner next time?
I like dinner.
Match. Start for free today.
Uh-oh. Warning light. Suddenly, your car's a rolling time bomb, or worse. But at AutoZone, we're not afraid of that little light. We have what you need to make it right and put you at ease. It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there.
All right, back live inside the arena in Nashville, Tennessee for Fox Sports 1 UFC Fight Night. And coming up next month, September 5th, the UFC has stacked the deck for 191 in Las Vegas.
Demetrius Johnson! That's the best fighter on the planet. I'm telling you, that kid is the best. John Dodson! The man in that division with the most knockout power. Frank Mir is one of the greatest to ever fight in the heavyweight division. Andre Arlovski! Rumble Johnson is the most dangerous guy in the division. Paige Van Zandt! Unbelievable!
All right, here's a look at the main card for UFC 191, September 5th. Kenny, a lot of depth to the fight card coming up next month.
I absolutely love this card. Paige Van Zandt coming back, and Anthony Johnson versus Jimmy Manuwa. You know that's going to be a slugfest, but Andre Arlovski and Frank Mir, two guys at the top of their game right now at heavyweight. Can't wait for that.
A lot of meat on the bone, UFC 191. Johnson versus Dodson 2. Can anyone stop the run? Demetrius Johnson is on. We will find out if John Dodson can be that guy on September 5th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. While surging veteran Sam Alvey has been knocking down the door to the top 15, now the challenges get stiffer as he draws the athletic North Carolina product, Derek Brunson. Owner of 3 consecutive knockout victories, all of them with style points, former Ultimate Fighter competitor Sam Alvey will put his winning streak on the line against fellow middleweight standout Derek Brunson. After dropping his UFC debut to Tom Watson in August of 2014, Alvey has been on an absolute tear with finishes of Dylan Andrews, Cesar Vejeda, and Dan Kelly. Now he will face a fighter with plenty of momentum in his own right in former Strikeforce contender Brunson, who is 4-1 spanning his last 5. Recent wins over Lorenz Larkin and Ed Hunter. Coming up next, it should be a good one as smiling Sam Alvey takes on Derek Brunson.
Next Sunday, they captivated the nation in one of the biggest events of the summer. Now the U.S. women's national team is back. Don't miss Megan Rapinoe.
Smiling Sam Alvey has already entered the octagon. There is a live look at Derek Brunson in the inspection zone. Currently ranked number 15 in the world, and a lot of momentum he brings with him into his 6th UFC appearance tonight.
Absolutely. You know, you look at that stat right there, 9 first-round finishes. You say, that's unbelievable. That's great, right? But then Sam Alvey, he's got 12 wins by knockout in the first round, so unreal.
6 of Derek Brunson's 9 first-round finishes have come in a minute 07 or less. And there's smiling Sam Alvey. 17 of his 26 career wins have come by knockout or TKO. He has dusted the opponent in 334 or less in his last 3 UFC starts. All right, with that backdrop, we get to the tail of the tape, sponsored by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Derek Brunson is 31. Sam Alvey, the southpaw, is 29. Alvey is 1 inch taller. Both men weighed in at 186 pounds. Derek Brunson has a 1.5-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the official introductions for this feature bout. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 26 wins, 6 losses, 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of Temecula, California, smiling Sam Alvey. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a wrestler holding a professional record, 13 wins, 3 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of Wilmington, North Carolina, Derek Brunson. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki, our referee. Vanessa Hansen, thank you very much. Derek Brunson trying to wipe the smile off the face of Sam Alvey, who's had a lot to smile about of late. It is Brunson in the white trunks and Sam Alvey in the black. Matchup of southpaws here.
I tell you what, one of the most dangerous things actually about Sam Alvey is that smile, because you think, oh, that's cute, he's going out there to compete, he wants to just entertain the fans, but behind that smile is the urge to knock his opponent's head off.
Well, he expected to get a lot of this from Derek Brunson tonight. Alvey has had most of his UFC success as a counterpuncher. That has been his style throughout his career. Derek Brunson wise to clinch with him and beat up that body here early, now going up top and landing.
Alvey looking for that tie clinch. Oh, Brunson very effective with those uppercuts. Cutting right through that plum right there.
A lot of folks were surprised to see the price on Derek Brunson here tonight, a minus 450 favorite. Come back on Alvey plus 325, given Alvey's recent success. But Brunson's the ranked guy and has won 80% of his UFC starts.
Alvey lets go of that plum clinch and decides to go to the 50-50 here. Tries to get underhooks, tries to get his back off the cage. But Brunson very effective in that clinch with that dirty boxing.
chin is holding up, but for how long?
Oh, Brunson's got to be careful. He's jutting that chin out. He's overcommitting on his shots. He's got to be careful with the counter shot to Sam Alvey. Oh, big shot there from Brunson.
Rock'em sock'em Brunson continues to land with that left hand.
Big shots there from Brunson, and Alvey is hurt.
Now Alvey goes down. Derek Brunson trying to finish this fight. He does. Derek Brunson with the first round starching of smiling Sam Alvey. Crowd doesn't like the stoppage count.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a little early there. Certainly don't want to see any fighter hurt in there. That, again, we have to remind everyone, that is the #1 concern for the referee, Mario Yamasaki. Would have liked to see a tough guy like Sam Alvey, who was shown to be able to come back in previous fights, kind of get more of a chance there, but what pressure there from Brunson.
The Move of the Fight sponsored by Metro PCS, where you can get unlimited data, talk, and text on the nationwide T-Mobile network for just $30 per year.
Well, I tell you what, Brunson really took some risks there, trading with Alvey like that. Alvey, very dangerous counter striker, but Brunson just stayed on him with big shots from the outside and on the inside. Would not let him off that cage, John, just ran him down. And that's the one that dropped him there. Alvey trying to recover, and Mario Yamasaki said he saw enough.
All right, what do you think will be the best move of the night? Tweet, let us know at #MetroMove, and tune into Fox Sports Live immediately following the main event for the winning move. All right, we will wrap it up next with the official decision as UFC Fight Night continues live from Nashville. Sponsored by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. All right, we now go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 19 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO, Derek Brunson. All right, my man Derek Brunson, the UFC wins continue to pile up. Congratulations on the victory here tonight. What was the approach coming in? You didn't give him a lot of room in which to operate.
First, I want to say to God be the glory. You know, this has been a long camp. I work hard. I'm a guy who never did drugs or anything like that. And, you know, every time I come out here, I just want to put on the show and just keep getting better.
You certainly put on a show here tonight. Sam Alvey came in with a ton of momentum. You halted it in its tracks. What was your approach, though, coming in here tonight?
I don't know. It's tough to gauge a guy like Sam Alvey. I had everybody on Twitter saying, hey, Sam's going to knock you out. You're holding that number 15 spot for him. But, you know, I'm not the type of guy to talk trash. I just believe in hard work and just go out there and get it done.
You found a home for that left hand early on. We're going to take a look at the finish to the fight and some of your handiwork. Crowd didn't love the stoppage. I know it's not your job to play referee. Your thoughts on the end of the fight?
Oh, yeah. I didn't stop the fight, you know. If it didn't stop, I was going to keep punching, you know. The fighter's safety is first here. Carter, what's the punches he is covering up? The ref tell you to figure yourself. You don't, so.
You continue to get it done in here. I feel like you're an underrated guy. You're already in the top 15. Any idea if you want to call your shot who might be next?
I got two. I just had a newborn. My first boy. I have two beautiful daughters at home. We're about to start school, so I'm going to take a little time for them. I'm a family guy. I just want to tell everybody out here, family is everything. Family first. So, hey, that's me.
Big W, man. Go enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Derek Brunson.
You know, we were talking about Sam Alvey's willingness to entertain. Well, Derek Brunson wanted to do the exact same thing. Put himself really at risk trading with a guy as dangerous as Sam Alvey. It did not matter. Derek Brunson got it done and showed that he's got power of his own in his hands.
So Derek Brunson improves to 14-3. The Tennessee Titans well represented here tonight. A little training camp respite as they get ready for the season opener just over a month away. All right, coming up next, we bring you the co-main event and a couple of streaking lightweights. Michael Johnson has certainly found his groove at the Black Billions under the guidance of Henry Hoops. Could be a win or two away from a lightweight title shot. While looking to play spoiler tonight, that man, the 11-1 Beneil Dariush. It'll be his 7th fight since his UFC debut 18 months ago. The co-main event after this. Stay with us.
I'm better than Michael Johnson everywhere. Whatever skill he has, I can do better.
He's going to come into a guy that's a lot faster, a lot quicker, a lot stronger, and just better all around.
Michael Johnson has no idea. He's never fought anyone like me. He's never fought anyone with my skill set.
He's never faced a guy like me at all, and he will figure that out tonight.
Well, confidence is high on both sides of this co-main event. Beneil Dariush, Michael Johnson, both men bringing with them 4-fight winning streaks into the action here tonight. Well, coming up this Wednesday, don't miss UFC Tonight as perhaps the best team of analysts in the sport. Break down all of this weekend's action. UFC Tonight, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Of course, you guys, the best analysts in the business. Okay. Let's take a look at the updated UFC lightweight rankings. Man, no easy outs. I mean, do you look at this list and think maybe it's not such a bad thing that you're no longer fighting? Man,
I'm telling you what, I mean, 155 has been so tough for so long, but what an opportunity here for Beneil Dariush taking on the #5 guy in the world. And it was interesting, Michael Johnson said he likes coming in as the underdog in most of his fights. Not the case here. Now some pressure on him here as the #5 guy taking on the #12 Dariush.
And of course, Beneil Dariush's primary chief training partner, none other than the UFC lightweight champion, Rafael Dos Anjos. All right, we have now arrived at the co-main event. And lightweights Beneil Dariush and Michael Johnson have visions of a title run. The stakes couldn't be much higher tonight. Only one man leaves Nashville, a bona fide championship contender. Lightweight contenders in search of a signature win and the type of victory that will allow them to crash the party atop the division. Michael the Menace Johnson meets Beneil Dariush in this highly anticipated showdown. Currently sporting a 4-fight winning streak that includes wins over Joe Lozon and Edson Barboza, Black Zillion's Rep Johnson is closing in fast on a world title shot. But California's Dariush has also won 4 straight, with victories over Jim Miller and Darren Cruikshank to his credit. And tonight, in the biggest spot of his career, Dariush continues his quest for UFC gold. Coming up next, it is our high-stakes co-main event as Beneil Dariush draws Michael the Menace Johnson.
An elite featherweight destroyer takes on a dangerous double threat.
He can beat you with stand-up. He can beat you on the ground.
2 of the UFC's hottest rising stars face off.
A spectacular performance by this young man.
Plus, a welterweight showdown.
Wow! Rick the horror story!
There is the number 5 ranked lightweight in the world, Michael Johnson. Fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida. He was born in St. Louis, Missouri. The 4-fight win streak includes a triumph over Edson Barboza earlier this year, and you see his 8 knockdowns, tied for second most in the division's history. He'll be looking to extend that winning streak to 5 here tonight, and we've just seen so many strides made by this fighter. And he sort of felt like, after he bottomed out a little bit a couple years ago, he really refocused himself, and every opponent since has paid the price.
I think that's been the key, his focus, the fact that he's training with the Black Zillions now. I mean, that has been a big, big reason for the improvements that we've seen, and he's just putting it all together.
Top of the hour here on Fox Sports 1. John Anna, Kenny Florian, Octagon side in Nashville, Tennessee. It is Fox Sports 1 UFC Fight Night. There is Beneil Dariush getting the co-main event showcase tonight against Michael Johnson. 6 of Dariush's 11 career wins have come by way of submission. He achieved his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in 5 years, then turned his attention to MMA. One of many fighters under Master Rafael Cordero and King's MMA that have made great strides here in 2015. All right, let's get to the Bud Light tail of the tape. For the co-main event in the lightweight division, Michael Johnson is 29. Beneil Dariush is 26. Both southpaws, 5'10" tall. Johnson weighed in 155 and a hook, 156 for Dariush. And it is the Menace with a 1.5-inch reach advantage. Now we go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 11 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Yorba Linda, California, presenting the number 12 ranked lightweight fighter in the world, Beneil Dariush. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 17 wins, 8 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 155 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, presenting the number 5 ranked lightweight fighter in the world, Michael the Menace Johnson. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
So Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one. Chrissy Blair is with us for Fox Sports UFC Fight Night. Thank you, Chrissy. This is the fight the masses have been talking about. Huge stakes, lightweight division. Beneil Dariush in the white, the fellow southpaw Michael Johnson in black.
Michael Johnson's a guy who loves to get in your face, throw a lot of volume. Big-time pressure fighter. He's got to be careful, though, against a guy like Dariush who can hit those reactive takedowns and take advantage of that forward pressure like he just did right there.
Michael Johnson has not yielded a takedown in his last 4 UFC fights, all of them wins. He has made so many technical improvements under the guidance of Henry Hooft and the team down there in South Florida. Again, Dariush working that lead leg of Johnson. Dariush stands very upright. So many jiu-jitsu credentials and accomplishments for Beneil Dariush. Competed in more than 50 jiu-jitsu tournaments. Finished in the top 3 in all of them. And of course, he's had a lot of MMA success as well. This is the biggest spot of his career. Trying to join his teammate, lightweight champ Rafael dos Anjos, near the top of this division.
You know, Michael Johnson always had power, John, but he's shown that he really is a master of distance control, always keeping his opponents at the end of his punches, not giving up any silly takedowns. So far, it's been his jab against the leg kicks of Dariush.
Well, Johnson has long been one of the best athletes in this division. Got a full ride on a football scholarship to Central Methodist University. Played football and wrestled in college.
Johnson now trying to counter Dariush off that jab. Dariush needs to move that head off that center line much more. Those hands are low. Not showing a lot of head movement there, which is not good against a guy like Michael Johnson.
Johnson still pressing forward here, but a little bit more of a measured approach out of the chute than what we saw against Edson Barboza in February as Dariush moves forward with the knee and connects.
Well, the threat of the takedown wasn't really there against a guy like Edson Barboza. It is against Dariush, so he definitely has to be more measured in his approach against his opponent tonight.
And Johnson gave Dariush a lot of respect here coming in. Feels like everybody in the top 15 at 155 is a tough out. Just got to keep knocking him down.
Another nice leg kick there from Dariush, and starting to be more effective with his jab as well.
Another level change by Dariush. The takedown not there.
Well, it's very important in this first round. Oh, there's a counter there from Johnson. Stumbled Dariush. And that's what I mean. You got to move that head off that center line. You can't move straight back. And Johnson now really pressuring.
Not sure Dariush is fully.
Oh, another counter.
Nice 1-2 by Johnson. 40 seconds to go in round one.
Yeah, these guys are really starting to open up now. And Dariush is just moving straight back, and Johnson is aware of it. He's got to move side to side, not straight back. There's another counter there from Johnson. Nice body kick there from Johnson.
So Michael Johnson able to punctuate the end of round one.
Summer bucket list number 49. Play ball.
It don't feel nice to lose your mind. Get ready for the wildlife.
The crisp, refreshing taste of Bud Light. The perfect beer for checking off your summer bucket list. 10 nuggets for $1.49 or back at Burger King.
There that dropped Beneil Dariush. Rafael Cordero wants to see a counter from Dariush. Wants him to go with a body kick to counter that left hand of Johnson. But defensively, he's got to move that head first and foremost. And those hands got to be higher as well. And slowly but surely, John, Michael Johnson taking away that confidence from Dariush with his wrestling. You know, he's shooting from too far out. Just hasn't found that range here.
And Johnson so confident in his ability to thwart takedowns. Flying knee attempt by Dariush.
He's got to be careful with that overhand left from Johnson, though. Both going backwards and flying in with that knee. You see Michael Johnson, he's always moving.
Yeah.
He's feinting, he's in, he's out. Very hard to catch rhythm. There's that overhand left. Can't just jump in there. You got to set it up.
Yep, trying to use Dariush's aggressiveness and offense against him. 3.5 minutes now to go in round two. Dariush able to touch Johnson with the jab. Well, coming up next, don't miss Fox Sports Live, continuing coverage from here in Nashville, plus Jay and Dan with all the news and highlights from NFL training camps and a full day of baseball action. Fox Sports Live is next here on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Michael Johnson continuing to find the range. Not going to engage Dariush anywhere near that canvas. And Johnson really felt strongly, Kenny, we spoke to him last week, that the only time this fight would hit the canvas would be if he knocked Dariush down and went to follow up with a finish. So far, he's proven prophetic.
Well, his distance control is so impressive. And his reaction time to level change when Dariush goes to level change. He's got so many great training partners there at the Black Zillions. You know he prepared well for this one, but just looks very sharp once again.
And at least to this point, Dariush has not earned the respect of Johnson with his power.
Johnson's just so much faster with his hands. Big discrepancy there with their boxing, but Dariush is able to even the playing field there with his kicks. I'm surprised he hasn't done more of that.
And he has closed the gap in terms of the total strikes landed here in round 2.
Nice jab there from Dariush. But it's hard to beat that punch count of Michael Johnson. I mean, he throws so much, so often. Really throws a lot of volume there.
Unofficially, Beneil Dariush 0 for 4 on his takedown attempts and seems to maybe have bailed on that strategy a little bit here in round 2. Left hand is there for Dariush there. Johnson able to slip that off right.
Oh, nice attempt at a left uppercut there from Dariush.
Not a terrible shot there by Dariush, but Johnson not having it.
So quick with those underhooks. You notice Michael Johnson not utilizing a whole lot of leg kicks tonight because that would allow Dariush to maybe counter that with a takedown. There's one. But a lot of offense with his hands tonight, that's for sure.
And he continues to back Dariush up and find a home for that left hand.
There's a nice attempt at a takedown there from Dariush, the closest he's gotten to getting it on the legs of Johnson.
Johnson just too quick, too agile, too athletic. Well, Dariush certainly hanging around, but it has been a striking affair tonight, which favors Michael Johnson.
Get even bigger savings on your favorite brands during our August clearance event. Save up to 70% on clearance items, including suits, sport coats, dress shirts, shorts, tees, and more. Plus, find great sale prices on other favorites. Only at Men's Warehouse.
3 chicken tenders, taters, and gravy. I threw in a biscuit and a big old cookie. My $5, Philip, will fill you up. Guaranteed. Isn't that right, Philip? It's still bigger I can get.
Next Sunday, they captivated the nation in one of the biggest events of the summer. Now, the U.S. Women's National Team is back. Don't miss Megan Rapinoe, Carly Lloyd, and Hope Solo as they lead the U.S. against Costa Rica. Sensational goal! USA, Costa Rica, next Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on Fox Sports 1.
Third and final round, Michael Johnson, Beneil Dariush. While many of you were in commercial break, Kenny, we had the privilege to listen into 2 of really the best chief corners in the game, Henry Hooft and Rafael Cordero.
Yeah, Henry Hooft wants more movement from Michael Johnson. He wants him to stay disciplined here in this third round. Obviously likes the way his fighter's performing so far, but doesn't want him to lose focus against a dangerous guy like Dariush. Rafael Cordero in the corner of Dariush wants him to look for those takedowns up against the cage. I think Dariush is, I think he's better off hitting those takedowns in the center of the cage. Johnson can be very difficult to take down up against the cage.
Nice from the body. Finally. Nice. Michael, set it up. 4 minutes ago. Stay disciplined. Elbows in. Sharp. Stay yourself. Nice, but not one punch, Michael. He's missing one, and you have to set it up in 2-3. Nice. Stay low. Play up the hip.
George Santiago, Henry Hooft in the corner of Michael Johnson. Just too fast. As Henry Hooft said, you're too fast for these people in between rounds. And to this point, speed has been a huge key for Michael Johnson. Speed with his hands and speed with his hips. Getting out of the way of the takedown.
It's the speed, and it's also his output. You know, it's a simple formula for Michael Johnson. You throw 2 punches, he throws 4, 5, and 6. He knows it's a numbers game, and he's just throwing more volume than you repeatedly, round after round.
Total strikes landed fairly even statistically, but Johnson, to your point, has been the far more active guy with his output. Just over 3 minutes to go in the co-main event. Main event follows Ovince St. Preux and Glover Teixeira. Good jab by Dariush. Nice little uppercut lands for Benning. Takedown defense for Michael Johnson on point. No takedowns allowed in his previous 4 fights. Dariush 0 for 7 tonight.
Well, really, it's the best kind of counter wrestling, which is he never lets anyone in on their legs. That's the best kind of way to stop the takedown. Just always in the perfect position with his feet, keeping guys at the end of his punches and out of range.
Dariush lands to that lead leg. Certainly hasn't appeared to be outclassed fighting a top 5 opponent.
Dariush is starting to loosen up. He seems faster, actually, in this third round. much looser with his punches. He's not as stiff. Oh, nice little combination there from Dariush.
Johnson largely has control of the center of the octagon.
Oh, nice knee, and then almost got caught with the left hand there. He might have actually got caught with that left hand.
Certainly the strongest round for Beneil Dariush, sticking and moving nicely here, Kenny, down the stretch.
Absolutely. Getting that jab going. Well, that's the range he's got to be careful, though, against Michael Johnson. I'm surprised to not see Michael Johnson go to the body more often against Dariush. Beautiful jab there from Dariush. And Dariush has been most effective with that flick jab.
So Beneil Dariush really rallying here in the third round.
And the beautiful thing about that flick jab, it's very difficult to counter, John. You know, he's not stepping in with that front leg, which gets you power, but it allows a guy like Michael Johnson, who's an excellent counterpuncher, to just counter you. And it seems like he's switching things up very intelligently to that flick jab, and he's been effective because of it.
Seconds winding down in the co-main event here. Dariush flicking that jab out once again. So Michael Johnson and Beneil Dariush go the distance. Let's get to the move of the fight, sponsored by Metro PCS, where you can get unlimited data, talk, and text on the nationwide T-Mobile network for just $30 period.
Well, really, it was the striking of Michael Johnson. There he is, dropping Dariush in the first round. His speed, his volume, his pressure was a lot for Dariush to handle. Another excellent performance there from Michael Johnson.
All right, what do you think will be the best move of the night? Tweet, let us know at #MetroMove, and tune into Fox Sports Live immediately following the main event for the winning move. The official decision coming up next.
If you're gonna do it, you might want to do it right. Cram, boiled it.
All right, back in Nashville, Tennessee, we go inside the octagon now to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 29-28, Dariush. 29-28, Johnson. And 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Beneil Dariush. All right. I'm here with the winner, Beneil Dariush. Certainly a surprising decision to some here tonight, but it goes into the books as a win for you. Your 5th straight. Great third round for you. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Thank you. First and foremost, I want to say everything that I've accomplished is by the grace of God. So I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Second, I understand why the crowd's booing. It was a close fight. He hit me with some hard shots. It's perfectly understandable. I felt like I was landing a lot of jabs, but he was landing some hard shots. So I knew it could go either way. Maybe the difference was the kicks. I landed more kicks. I really don't know. If they had raised his hand, I would have understood.
What was your mentality going into that third and final round? Clearly there was an uptick in your aggression. You thought like maybe you needed a finish down the stretch.
You know, I really thought I would be able to get the takedown, and I realized come third round, I wasn't having too much success with, so I focused on what was working, my jab. I kept it fast, and I tried to keep a good pace with it. Instead of just landing it once, I tried to land, make a miss, land it again. So there was a change in the pace, like you said.
All right, man, 5 in a row, a big year for Kings MMA continues. Congratulations. Your winner, Beneil Dariush.
A classy Beneil Dariush, but I'm trying to wrap my head around this decision, which really was a poor one. I don't know how you have Michael Johnson losing this fight. I have no idea. Michael Johnson was very effective. I don't think there really was a round that he lost. I mean, the third round, Dariush was certainly more effective, but how a guy like Michael Johnson loses a fight like this, I mean, it's scary. It really is.
It's just hard because so much is on the line for Michael Johnson, for Beneil Dariush, but for Johnson in the top 5, this is an appreciable setback. How about the Hall of Famer? A couple times over now, Matt Hughes here with the UFC welterweight champion, his good friend, Ruthless Robbie Lawler. All right, coming up in 2 weeks, make a note, a special Sunday night affair and a killer main event in Saskatoon.
Right on the button. Oh, my goodness. He's got a triangle. He's got it locked up, Mike. He's got it. It's all over. Guillotine. Look at this. He's got it. It's all over. Anybody, anyone, anytime.
Sunday, August 23rd, Saskatchewan, Canada. Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira in the main event.
What an amazing fight. You got two of the most exciting fighters in the UFC, period. Holloway and Oliveira. I love it.
And don't forget in the co-main, Rich Story, Eric Silva, a special Sunday night show for UFC Fight Night coming up August 23rd, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports 1. All right, straight ahead, the stakes are high at 205, number 4, Glover Teixeira, with a road game tonight against the oncoming Ovin St. Preux. The headliners make the walk next as we get to the main event on Fox Sports 1.
Summer bucket list number 15. Get some color. The crisp, refreshing taste of Bud Light. The perfect beer for checking off your summer bucket list.
Taco Bell's $5 box has a burrito supreme, a crunchy taco, and a bacon club chalupa. And medium drink. Our accountant said we couldn't afford to sell all that for $5. Whatever.
The undisputed champion, Demetrius Johnson. The #1 contender, John Dodson. The speed.
Lightning fast.
The power.
So explosive.
The prize, the UFC Flyweight Championship of the World. Only one can have it all. Live from Las Vegas.
My skills. I can be a champion. There's a champion inside me. There's a warrior inside me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. I'm hungry, man. I want this win more than ever, you know. I need this win. It's not that I just want it now. I need it.
Just moments away now from the main event, the Fox Sports Strike Zone is sponsored by Reebok. Be more human.
Well, here it is, Glover Teixeira, a devastating striker, especially on the inside. His hooks and uppercuts are brutal. Has tremendous power, moves his head very well. You look at that. 3.7 significant strikes per minute. Very impressive numbers there. Key #1 for Glover Teixeira, forward pressure. That is when he is at his best. He's going to have to do that against a good counter striker in OSP. And key #2, hits the takedown. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt with devastating ground and pound and excellent submission.
On the other side, out of the blue corner, Ovin St. Preux.
Well, Ovin St. Preux, the unorthodox southpaw, has to utilize that lateral movement. Look at that counter there that he hit against the legend Shogun Rua early in the first round. And there he is doing it again against Patrick Cummins, a phenomenal wrestler. Definitely has killer instincts and the ability to finish the fight at any moment. The key for Ovin St. Preux is going to be his footwork. He cannot move straight back against a guy like Teixeira, who will be looking for that takedown. And key #2, control the range. Keep him on the outside. Whether he's moving forward or going back, he's got to control that range.
UFC fight kits are available at Reebok.com and select Sports Authority locations. It is now time for the main event, which is sponsored by Harley-Davidson, the only motorcycle worthy of being in the octagon. So it is a matchup of two of the best, as Ovin St. Preux looks to state his case as contender against the still hungry Glover Teixeira.
If someone would have told me a year ago I'd be headlining a fight in Nashville, Tennessee, I would have told them you're crazy. But, you know, everything happened for a reason, and, you know, I was meant to be here.
Ovin St. Preux is a real contender. Ovins is finally getting the whole mixed martial arts game tuned in now. And we're seeing some spectacular results. He has knocked out Mauricio Shogun Rua with one punch, and then knocked out Pat Cummins in an equally impressive fight after that. He's a guy to keep an eye on, because if he continues to improve at the rate we're seeing, you're looking at a guy who could easily be challenging for the title in a year or two. For Ovin St. Preux, this is an opportunity to fight a guy in Glover Teixeira that took the champ to 5 rounds, that has a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, that has nasty knockout power in his punches, that has vicious submissions. For Glover Teixeira, if he can beat Ovin St. Preux, puts himself right back in the mix.
I'm focused, man. I want to get on the top of my game again. My whole life is this right now. It's the different Glover Teixeira.
I feel like I got everything working, you know, for me. Glover got a lot of things working against him. With every fight, I'm getting better and better. I can knock out practically anybody you put in front of me.
I'm hungry, man. I want this win more than ever. There's a champion inside me. There's a warrior inside me. I'm going to push him, pressure this guy, and knock him out.
Tennessee. Here is the UT graduate, former football player, Oven St. Preux. A little bit overwhelmed by the moment here tonight as he gets a main event nod here at home.
He looks very happy to be fighting in Tennessee. He has won 7 out of his last 8. He has 10 wins by knockout, John. So you know he's got that killer instinct. And he's beaten top guys like John Vellante, Patrick Cummins, and Shogun Rua. And what an opportunity he has here against Glover Teixeira, a true veteran of the sport.
St. Preux at 32 years old, still evolving. This current form, the best of his career, coming into this spot, his 8th UFC appearance after a first-round knockout of Patrick Cummins. That followed a first-round TKO of Shogun Rua in 34 seconds, left with a performance of the night bonus that night. He has been an athlete his entire life. You know, he's had some birds chirping about maybe he should go train with a bigger training camp, but really hard to argue with the results. 6-1 in Strikeforce, 6-1 in the UFC. And this is a guy who could realize a title shot potentially at some point in 2016. Tonight, they'll fight the number 4 guy in the world in Glover Teixeira.
You know, the big benefit of being in some of the smaller gyms is that all the attention revolves around you, and that's what we're seeing a kind of shift here in mixed martial arts is, you know, guys are creating the training camp around them. They're not just at these big gyms, and, you know, even if they're at the big gyms, they're catering the training for them and them alone. That's what OSP has.
He is an athlete in every sense. Great combination of durability, power. He's aggressive. And says about Glover Teixeira, he feels like he's younger, faster, and stronger, and believes Teixeira will have a problem with his movement. You mentioned sort of some of the unorthodox qualities that St. Preux brings to the table and can finish in a lot of different ways as well.
You know, technique-wise, no, he's probably not at the level of a Glover Teixeira, but he does have a distinct advantage when you talk about his speed and his overall athleticism, and that could be a great equalizer here in mixed martial arts.
He is also very hard to hit, absorbs less than 20 significant strikes per minute. Also a decorated high school wrestler, Oven St. Preux, with his 3rd UFC main event here tonight. Challenger, Glover Teixeira, 22-4. He is now 35 years old. He says he's in the best shape of his life coming into this one, and it's not hyperbole. You take him at his word. He said, I didn't say that for my last fight. He felt like for the Phil Davis fight last October, had a great training camp and threw everything away in the last week. Had a bad cut, and it really affected him on fight night. He is lighter weight-wise and a picture of focus in advance of this, his 3rd UFC main event.
Well, that is a real factor. You know, as a fighter, I've experienced that. You know, when a weight cut doesn't go your way, you feel it. You feel it during fight week, and you feel it on fight night. But you talked about a spectacular record, 22-4, 14 wins by knockout. This is a guy who's so dangerous, whether he's on the feet or on the mat.
Much has been made, and rightfully so, about a 20-fight winning streak that he compiled from 2006 to 2013. Went 3-0 actually in 2013. That included stoppages of Ryan Bader and James Tahuna to set up a title shot. He has finished 9 of his last 10 wins. As you see there, 4 of 5 in the UFC. He is a pressure fighter and very much a headhunter, Kenny. Attacks the body as well, but 86.2% of his significant strikes have gone to the head, the greatest rate in the weight class.
And that's why I love this matchup. It's so interesting to me because, as you said, Glover Teixeira is a pressure fighter. That's when he's at his best, but Oven St. Preux is at his best when he's countering and moving backwards. So it's going to be interesting to see what style wins out here.
Our tale of the tape for the main event is sponsored by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Glover Teixeira is 35. Oven St. Preux is 32. St. Preux an inch and a half taller. Teixeira weighed in at 205 and a half. OSP 206, and it is a 4-inch reach advantage for Oven St. Preux. All right, to get us started now for the main event, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Tennessee Athletic Commission, Executive Director Jeff Mullen, Commissioner Steve Hanna, Deputy Commissioner Bill Giannini. Our 3 judges scoring the contest at Octagon side are Sal Yamato, Chris Lee, and Richard Bertrand. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, John McCarthy. And now, for those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, live from Nashville, Tennessee, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting a mixed martial artist, only professional record, 18 wins, 6 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 206 pounds. Fighting out of Knoxville, Tennessee, presenting the number 6 ranked light heavyweight fighter in the world, Ovince St. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist, only professional record, 22 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 205 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Danbury, Connecticut, by way of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, presenting the number 4 ranked light heavyweight fighter in the world, Glover Teixeira!
So we went over the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Best of luck to both of you.
We are ready to go with the main event. Ovince St. Preux's parents are here. His mother watching him fight live for the first time. Gotta wonder how emotionally charged up she was after hearing the volunteer faithful.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Greet her son tonight. Glover Teixeira, slight underdog tonight against Ovince St. Preux. St. Preux is southpaw. Teixeira fights out the orthodox stance.
Teixeira trying to counter that snap kick down the middle from OSP and trying to finish this double leg, and he does. Really is an underrated aspect of Glover Teixeira's game. Ovince able to create space and get back to his feet beautifully here against Glover.
St. Preux landing to the
Right
groin there with that knee.
Stay right there. Give me a sec. Okay, just move yourself. All right, good. Stay right there. That's what you're doing, okay? Just watch it. Just watch where you're at. You got to be closer to get down and get up. Okay, ready? All right. You ready? Ready? Fight.
And a good knee location there.
Oh, big shot to the body there from OSP.
St. Preux trying to move in. Teixeira recovered well, Kenny.
Glover trying to hit that crackdown here. Trying to finish the takedown. OSP making a pay with hammer fists. Now elbows.
Teixeira in some trouble here.
Oh, big shot there from OSP.
Teixeira doing his best to return fire. St. Preux attacks the body again. Teixeira able to catch the leg. Big takedown there.
A bad decision there to go to the body again. Risky for a takedown artist like Glover Teixeira. Now in the mount position, he's giving up his back here. OSP needs to turn and face. Start pushing down on that knee and get back to half guard here.
Teixeira working out of the full mount now. 3 minutes to go in round 1 of a possible 5.
What a momentum shift here.
Following us, Fox Sports Live, Jay and Dan with all the news and highlights from the NFL training camps, baseball action, plus a recap from here in Nashville. Fox Sports Live next on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports 1.
Glover has plenty of time here from this mount position. OSP giving up his back again. Not what you want to do against a submission specialist like Glover Teixeira here. He's trying to get that hook out. He's got one of them out. Glover had to adjust. Nice work so far here from OSP. Oh, what an escape here from OSP. Glover's bleeding. It looks like the bridge of his nose, John.
Every positive thing St. Preux does is greeted with a loud cheer from the fans here in Nashville. He attacked the right side of Teixeira, but Glover has recovered nicely.
And that's what I was talking about, the athleticism of OSP being a great equalizer. Technically, he did a lot of things wrong there, but he was able to get back to his feet and power through.
And right there, third takedown of the round unofficially for Glover Teixeira.
Ovince trying to go for a Kimura. He just doesn't have the position here. His legs are not involved. He's in the mount position and clearly won't get it from that position. Again, giving up his back against Glover.
3 of 5 is Teixeira on the takedowns. To this point of the fight, nice reversal by OSP.
Unbelievable escape here. Might be able to get a Von Flue choke here. Ovince is able to get side control. He can counter the choke with a choke of his own. Putting a lot of shoulder pressure there on Glover. Look at this. Let's see if he sits there and squeezes. Glover might be in trouble. That right arm, he can't get it out. Could lead to a submission for OSP.
St. Preux, one of 2 fighters in UFC history to successfully execute a Von Flue choke. One of his 4 career wins by submission.
Glover back to his feet. Hogan's looking for some more magic here.
There's a shot from St. Preux.
Risky move there, going for that shot against Glover, but
what an outstanding first round to get the main event started here in Nashville. One UFC Fight Night is sponsored by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Over St. Preux, breathing heavy, a lot of back and forth action in the first 5 minutes.
St. Preux going back to the body there with those kicks. Risky move against Glover, who can counter with a takedown. There's some nice circling from OSP. And that's what I'm talking about there. Allows Glover to counter, and OSP able to explode back to his feet, but Risky going to the body like that.
St. Preux goes upstairs. Teixeira able to get that right hand up. Teixeira just missed on the left-hand counter.
Nice body shot there from Glover.
Beats a left hand on the way back from St. Preux. The OSP chants raining down here in Nashville.
Glover again, attacking with his double leg takedown. He's got his hands locked.
So the takedowns continuing to pile up for Glover Teixeira.
Watch the elbow.
Surprised that he didn't do it in the center of the octagon, John. Sometimes getting these takedowns up against the cage allow a guy like OSP to cage walk and actually be an advantage for him. But Glover continues to look for this takedown.
Clearly his strategy was rooted in wrestling tonight. He's executed 5 of his 7 takedown attempts successfully. Just over 3 minutes now to go in round 2.
You know, Ryan Bader was very successful against OSP in his main event against him in Maine. And Glover using that as a blueprint.
Strong elbow there for Teixeira, finds the target.
Now Glover being much more conservative now on the mat, not giving OSP much room to breathe here.
Pretty efficient, though, with his ground strikes. See the takedown numbers there. He's also landing north of 60% of his ground strikes through the fight's first 8 minutes. Unofficially, the 5 takedowns for Teixeira, tying his best in the UFC.
St. Preux looks like he's trying to set up a half-guard sweep here. Trying to get underneath the hips of Glover. He needs more momentum here with his hips if he wants to get that sweep going.
Coming up after the main event, Jay and Dan, Fox Sports Live. Next on Fox Sports Live.
Glover really trying to slow the game down here. Trying to get OSP tired. Certainly look for the finish later on in the fight, but when you get a guy as explosive and strong as OSP, you got to tire him out first. I think that's what Glover's doing here.
Certainly a smart approach to this fight. He has dictated the action here in round 2. St. Preux doing his level best to try to get back up. Already 24 significant ground strikes landed for the former #1 contender, Glover Teixeira.
Well, there's OSP utilizing that cage like I knew he would. He did a great get up here against Teixeira. Now needs to try to break away and create some space.
Good left hand is there for Teixeira. So he got stunned in round 1, but Teixeira taking control in round 2. Late throwing by St. Preux.
Metro. You too can keep up with your world like Rhonda with Metro PCS. Fast 4G LTE on a nationwide network for $30, period.
I am Metro.
Third round of the possible 5. Open St. Preux. And Glover Teixeira, the Teixeira corner. Kenny believes every time he wants to take OSP down, it is going to be there. Went for the hips there, thought about it briefly. Shot from St. Preux.
Well, St. Preux can go to the body with those kicks, but it's got to be that kick down the middle, that front kick. He's got to throw it more of a snapping manner, not a pushing manner where Teixeira can counter by grabbing it. He's got to move better laterally here. He can't be trapped up against the cage. Teixeira with that forward pressure. Lands big shots and looks for the takedown from there.
Nice right hand by Teixeira. Doing the best work with his hands thus far here in round 3.
Yeah, not sure why OSP is looking for that takedown. Very risky here against Teixeira. It's allowed Teixeira to hit that takedown.
Well, fatigue a definite factor, or so it appears, for St. Preux. Teixeira really showing his championship medal. He knew St. Preux was a popular pick coming in here tonight.
Watch your fingers in his face.
Felt like his conditioning really was a central focus, and it's shining through here tonight. 6 of 10 for Glover Teixeira on the takedowns. That is the most he has landed in UFC competition.
Teixeira again going back to this grinding style here against OSP. Trying to cut through that half guard. Many times a lot of guys in this top position would rather be in half guard than trying to pass and try to keep them on their back. Seems like Teixeira is doing that. It allows him to kind of chip away with ground and pound and keep position at the same time.
Well, the ground strikes continuing to pile up for Teixeira. Under 3 minutes now to go in round 3.
Looks like Teixeira was trying to go for that arm triangle. It doesn't matter. He's in the mount position again against OSP.
Well, you mentioned the underrated grappling of Teixeira at the outset of this main event. That has been the storyline in this one.
Now that really was the smartest path to victory. Trading with a guy like St. Preux is very risky. And Teixeira taking the path of least resistance here. And now landing some good ground and pound from this mount. Oh, he's got it underneath the chin. St. Preux might be in trouble here.
St. Preux trying to get that left hand off.
And that's deep. St. Preux is in trouble.
He may go out. He does go out. Glover Teixeira.
He's good. He's good. Go ahead, baby. You're good.
Teixeira checking on his opponent, ever the sportsman, Glover Teixeira. But what a massive, massive win for him tonight as he cashes as the underdog. Big win for the former #1 contender.
Teixeira, a real class act. A real pro's pro, and went out there, knew that he was going to have a big advantage on the mat, and this is exactly where he won this fight. You know, St. Preux got away with giving up his back repeatedly through this fight, but from this position, he was just too tired, and it was those early rounds that tired him out, and this time Teixeira would not let him out.
The move of the fight sponsored by Metro PCS, where you can get unlimited data, talk, and text on the nationwide T-Mobile network for just $30, period. Was that the best move of the night? Tweet, let us know at #MetroMove. Tune into Fox Sports Live immediately following the main event for the winning move.
Was an honor.
All right, Glover Teixeira getting it done here tonight. We will be back with the official decision and interview with Glover Teixeira and post-fight coverage on Fox Sports Live, which starts right after this.
Hey everyone, we hope you enjoyed the action in Nashville, Tennessee. Don't move a muscle because in just moments, Daniel Cormier, Rashad Evans, and I have got you covered on Fox Sports Live with post-fight coverage, including interviews.
Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome to Fox Sports Live. I'm Jay. That's Dan. All your post-fight analysis and reaction. We've got it covered with Karen and the guys in moments.
We also have the complete baseball story, as well as the Pro Football Hall of Fame inductions and a NASCAR fight. Right now, with John Anik in Nashville. John.
Very respectful guys. Thank you for the department.
All right, we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy's called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 10 seconds of round number 3, declaring the winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, Glover Teixeira.
All right, I'm here with your winner, Glover Teixeira. Congratulations on a huge win here tonight. You come into hostile territory as a slight underdog, and I thought you showed your true mettle. Congratulations. How do you feel about your performance?
I'm back, man. You know, my last performance was bad, and I just told myself, if I want to keep fighting like this, I'd rather stop. So I restarted. Thanks to this guy over here, my boxing coach, my conditioning coach. That's why I was in such good condition. I'm back, man. Thank St. Preux, great tough fighter. He hurt me with the liver shot, and I mean, I had to take him down. And with his family, I didn't see his family, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you, just thank you, everybody. And I'm back. Cormier, I told you before, I'm coming for you, baby. I'm on the right track.
Classy as ever in victory. Congratulations, Glover Teixeira. I want to just get a minute here, if I could, with Oven St. Preux, Nashville. Here's your guy, OSP. I know this was a special evening for you. It didn't go your way, but anything you want to say about the fight and to your fans here?
First of all, I just want to thank the good Lord for giving me the ability to be in here. Hey, second of all, y'all give Glover a hand. He did a great job tonight. You know, it was a good fight in Nashville. I can't believe it. It was a really good fight in Nashville. Sorry I didn't come out with the win. I just wanted to put the show out.